we really have been informed how important the issues of mining have been time immemorial. If you look back to the number of fatalities that were shown here, we had over 1,000 fatalities at some point back in the years. And as late as last year, we had under 100 fatalities, and that shows the commitment and the hard work that has gone into the processes of mining. The fundamental importance of drilling and blasting has been put to the fore, and the final discussion as to what would happen tomorrow as we move on is also very key. It may not necessarily happen tomorrow, but it's a question of what then do we do in making sure that we are making that improvement. The other challenge we're having, obviously, as we work towards zero fatalities, it's for us to be saying, how does this drilling and blasting charging practices help us to improve or towards that milestone? Indeed, there is a business imperative. The value case that was put across in terms of what can be achieved, both in terms of productivity, in terms of people relations, I think it's very critical for us to bear in mind. The need of mechanization or modernization is very critical. Maybe the one question I wanted to ask, which I didn't necessarily have an opportunity to ask is, and I take the cue from the NUM mantra, which says that there is nothing about us without us. And I'm saying this in terms of the views that we are putting across here is largely from the views of us as professionals, us as management, but not necessarily the very people that are doing the drilling and blasting out there. The importance of measuring psychological fitness was also highlighted as a way of changing behavior or affecting behavior, in as much as the importance that Richard highlighted in terms of the supervisory doing, or the supervisors doing visible felt leadership or even visiting their workplaces across the board. So there was also the important aspect of the multidisciplinary involvement in the process of procurement, in the process of securing the explosives and so forth. But I would also want to take this opportunity to really thank all the role players in this process. The MOSH Learning Hub and its processes, by its nature, is an industry initiative. It is for industry, by industry. We're just here to facilitate the interactions. And if we are to succeed, it's largely because the industry is succeeding in that regard. So I would want to say thank you to Peter Turner in your capacity as our sponsor for the Force of Ground team and the leadership that you've always been providing to the team. Obviously, the people that were working very hard around this, the Force of Ground team themselves, Duncan, Andre and Christopher, but also supported by the Learning Hub's staff, particularly our secretary, our support administrator, Pelisa. The delegates, because without you in the lunch, for sure you didn't stay because of the gold competition that will be, or the piece of gold that will be given away. Probably you said because of the interesting aspects that were on the agenda. The speakers, I think the preparation that went into your presentation is very professional, very high level. And we've been to conferences where we really have not seen this level of professionalism in the presentation. The session speakers, thank you very much, Lerato, Chris, and Duncan, for doing a good job. The exhibitors, without them, we don't necessarily have the support. And obviously, though the food didn't cater for everyone in all respects, but it was good food, and thanks to the caterers for that in that regard. So on that note, thank you very much. I think we are, with this process, the team will take it forward in terms of wanting to make this a practice as it is required. And the winner is it Juan or Jean van Niekerk?
Wow.
Congratulations. There's a lot of happy people.